Hello Libras, welcome to my channel, the Intuitive Teacup. So happy to have you all here with me today. We are here to do your November love reading, though technically I'm going to do this second half of November into the first half of December because as always I'm a little bit late. But I hope this video finds you well. Happy Scorpio season, happy soon to be Sagittarius season, and happy Thanksgiving depending on when you're watching this. As always guys, these are going to be general messages that I'm spinning out for you here today. So not everything I say will resonate with you. I can just about guarantee you that. Pieces and parts of this very likely will. I hope lots and lots of it does. But I always welcome you guys to come into this with an open heart and an open mind. Be willing to receive messages not just today, but later down the line in a few weeks, in a few months. If something resonates or strikes a chord, take it and run with it. That means it was your message. And if not, you can release it. You never ever need to force anything to fit your story. If it doesn't seem to fit your story or scenario, drop it like it's hot, right? Everything else you want to know about this video will be written in the description box below. That includes the decks I'm using here today, as well as my social media channels. I'm the Intuitive Teacup on Facebook and Instagram. Check me out if you are interested. Drop a like, share, subscribe where you can, especially on this video. A comment helps this video gain traction so that people who need to see it and want to see these messages can. So, yeah, we're going to hop in. Starting off with the soulmate card at the bottom of your deck. I like that. Maybe with a Pisces? Interesting. And maybe a little bit of chaos, too. You got the Tower, the Hanged Man, and the 1111, right? The soulmate card. We just had November 11th come and pass, so yeah, maybe some of you are aligning with a soulmate, maybe a Sagittarius, maybe in Sagittarius season, Libra. Ace of Wands, wow, all the bottoms of your, the bottom of your decks are like pretty stacked. Interesting. Yeah, maybe new love with a Sagittarius or a rekindling of love with a Sagittarius. Doesn't have to be, just spinning out some options for you. All right, we're gonna actually jump into your reading now. So your energy is presenting a Six of Cups. Oh my goodness, that's adorable. All right, so this is one of my favorite cards in all of tarot. Not specifically this deck, but Six of Cups is the card of nostalgia. It's looking back very fondly on the past. It's things from the past that when they come to your memory, it makes you feel all warm and fuzzy inside. Frequently it's thoughts of our childhood or, our first romance, the first person you love, things of that sort. It doesn't specifically have to be that, but yeah, I always think sometimes like simpler times, things were just innocent and easy and fun before everything got messy and complicated and right? The honeymoon phase of a relationship, as they say, right? Interesting. So we'll look into that. The underlying energy, wow, is Wheel of Fortune. All right, interesting. So also a card of Sagittarius. It's Jupiter energy. It's the card of expansion, right? So looking optimistically to the future, and with it being a wheel, it talks about forward movement, forward progression, but also it's the Wheel of Fortune, right? So it talks about fortune, luck, divine timing, destiny, fortuitous results, right? I'm almost getting like a second chance at love with someone from your past, someone that maybe they cross your heart or they cross your mind from time to time, but you potentially didn't see them as coming back as an opportunity in love or as like a romantic partner. But yeah, I mean, you got the soulmate card, so interesting. This could be someone who's been part of your soul tribe and on your soul path, but it hasn't necessarily been it hasn't been in the romantic sense. That's sort of what I'm getting with this. But yeah, it's sort of like the gods or universe. It's like they're orchestrating it behind the scenes for you guys to meet on a path. It doesn't have to be someone from your past, but with the Six of Cups and the divine timing card, I am kind of sensing that it is. This could be an old friend coming back into your life, right? It could even be reconciliation with an old family member, particularly if they are a water sign, Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces. Doesn't have to be. What else do we need to know about Libra's energy? Fondly looking back to the past is yesteryear, I just heard. That's an interesting phrase. Yesteryear. When do people say that? I don't know. Back to yesteryear. I don't even know. I literally never speak those words, so maybe that means something to someone. Growth and rejection. All right, interesting. So this could have been, all right. So for those of you who are still stuck, or I don't want to say stuck on somebody from the past because it feels very innocent and pure. potentially you felt rejected by somebody in the past, but it wouldn't have been in a way where this ended and could not be repaired, if that makes sense. It would have been like a gentle, like, oh, thanks, but I don't really have those feelings type vibe, like friend zone vibes is what I'm saying. But feeling rejected in the sense of this relationship blossoming into something else, that's sort of what I'm getting. It's like the turning back of the clock. You may even have a dream where you go back to that sort of moment where if it like feelings were brought to the surface, if feelings like romantic feelings were discussed, you may have some sort of dream where you're brought back to that moment. And the thing is, reflecting back on the past in order to grow from it. So again, that could mean multiple things. It doesn't absolutely mean, yes, you're going to rekindle with this person and it's going to be romance. It could. There could be room for growth here. I mean, that card is coming up for a reason. But there may be some helpful lesson that you've come to realize about your past. Oh, wow. This is actually kind of deep. It has to do with it has to do with you being on a trajectory where you were looking for the wrong people or choosing the wrong people. And it's going to be a little bit different for everybody, but especially my Libras who are relating to this, if you feel like you've constantly chosen toxic people, I literally just saw the devil card too. Maybe Capricorns, it doesn't have to be. Or Cancer or Pisces. I don't know why that's coming through, but it's something about the qualities you were looking for weren't matching your vibration. It's almost like you were looking to nurture them, but you didn't get anything back. There wasn't reciprocity in the relationships. And something about circling back to this relationship of your past, if that means anything to you. This guy looks like John Lennon, doesn't he? John Lennon was a Libra. How interesting. Yeah, I just learned that the other day. Something about circling back to this, again, this like innocent romance or that person who always like friend zoned you. Something about the realization of what you like in them or what you seek in them. Either you're going to go after that romantically with them or understand, like you're analyzing Libra, you're an air sign, the pieces and parts of what make that person so attractive to you rather. And it's almost like you are going to like implement those qualities into the next relationship you are seeking, or maybe even in yourself, right? They frequently say opposites attract. So maybe there's something about the people you've been chasing where they're either too similar to you or they're too opposite. It's very interesting. Something about going back to the past with a certain person, again, potentially a Sagittarius or a water sign. There's some lesson to be learned that's going to help usher in like a new chapter in your life. I mean, a new cycle, a new chapter, however you want to say it. That's like aligning you with your soulmate or your soul path. This is like the 1111 soulmate twin flame card, if you believe in that, right? If that's not so much your way of thinking, this can also just be a really steady, solid foundation. Wands being passion, a passionate foundation in which you can build, and like, doves, love, harmony, peace, and yeah, something about like peace and justice. Oh, justice of the peace, I think, is coming through. So maybe some of you are getting married. I mean, this could be like an altar, right? That potentially, not for everybody, but yeah, something about, it could have even been an idea about love that you rejected in the past. Suddenly something clicks in your brain. It's like the seed starts to grow, whatever was planted there, or if something is like implemented and it helps you grow in terms of the love you seek, or in terms of like your romantic partnership. It's like this seed that never had a chance to grow in the past. Suddenly you get the ingredients right. You have just the right amount of sunlight and water, and things start to blossom and develop. And again, maybe it's with a person from your past. This is kind of a cute reading, Libra. I'm into it. It's really cool. I like it a lot. So let's peek on your person. Their energy is presenting as the moon. Okay, so with the Hangman, it could definitely be a Pisces you're dealing with. It doesn't have to be. So the moon can sometimes be a tricky energy. It talks about secrets or a lack of clarity, right? In the moon, we're walking through the darkness, and ultimately we're being led down this path, but we don't quite know where it leads. So the moon always talks about trusting our gut, trusting our intuition, and knowing that answers, secrets, information will be revealed to us eventually. But right now we have no choice but to go into the unknown, essentially. Sometimes it can be like secretive energy. Sometimes it can be more darker energy, but I don't know if I'm sensing that actually. I'm almost getting like a welcomed relief about clarity. So maybe you've been in the dark, or your person has been in the dark, and yeah, I don't know, something about clarity is coming through. Au clair de la lune, that song. What is that song about? It's something by the light of the moon. It's something about, oh, I wish I knew the lyrics. They're French lyrics. I used to know, actually. But it's something about writing, it's something about like writing a letter to your friend or something. So maybe that's what's coming through. Maybe you're texting somebody from your past, or maybe you're calling them or emailing them, or some sort of information about, it's something like my friend Pierre or something. The lyrics to that song. Look up the lyrics to that song. It might mean something to someone. But it may have to do with feeling like you've been in the dark regarding communication with somebody. What's interesting is this Temperance card here. It's like it shows the dawning of a new day. It's like the sun is starting to rise. The sun will come out tomorrow from Annie. That name Annie might be significant to you. Yeah, sorry, I had a thought, like a fleeting thought, but I'm not going to go there. Anyway, yeah, darkness to light is where I'm going. It's almost like when you nurture yourself, and like Temperance it's the Archangel Michael is typically represented here. It's a female, but whatever. It talks about pouring cups back and forth. It's a card of healing and self-love, focusing your energy again internally. So again, as I was saying, it's like when you learn about the love that you truly desire and want in a soulmate, that's sort of when it's like a light bulb goes off, and that's like metaphorically what this sun is doing. For the longest time, you or your person was like in the dark about the love that you were looking for. Something about like you were calling out to the wrong people. We think of like the wolf howling at the moon. You were calling out something, but it wasn't what your soul truly desired or needed. Yeah, following your intuition. High Priestess energy, so your person, whatever that means, they were coming off kind of in watery energy. This is double water energy. So High Priestess is typically a card of Cancer for me. It could also be Pisces. Moon is definitely a card of Pisces, and they're both ruled by the moon. So this person is highly intuitive. They may have some sort of like being in touch with spirituality. They may be into like kind of like tarot reading or astrology or something like that. It's like this person is being guided by their intuition, or by whatever their system of belief or faith is, right? God, universe, to go down a path potentially with you where the results aren't known. They're not really sure where they stand with you, Libra. They're not certain if you two could be, but it's almost like they're willing to go down that path because their gut instinct is telling them like it's safe. It's safe to do so. And it's almost like by going down this path, no matter what, whether the end results are, hey, we're going to get married, or hey, we're just going to be friends, they know there will be clarity eventually, right? Because the moon talks about cycles. Again, dawning of a new day. The sun will set and then it will rise again. And when it rises, there will be clarity. And I will say there will be passion, right? With the Ace of Wands, the Wands can talk about like sexuality and passion, right? Heat. Potentially with a Sagittarius. All right, let's throw a card on your person. I'm inclined to say that most of you know who this person is already because of that Six of Cups. But, okay, so for those who resonate with the idea of going back to, again, like your high school sweetheart or whoever, and gaining some sort of valuable insight about love, and again, what you've been seeking in a partner, the mystery could be that you welcome in some sort of new person once you gain that like valuable insight about love and about partnership and about romance and about what you desire and value in relationships. So in that case, this could be a new person, and maybe they're presenting in this very secretive energy because you don't know them yet. Possible. It's possible. What does Libra need to know about their person? They're a very watery person. So if they're not a water sign, Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces, they're either extremely creative, they might be an artist, or extremely like intuitive or empathic. Again, like kind of tarot reader type vibes, witchy vibes. Are you a good witch or a bad witch? And then I just got the deceit card. Oh no, maybe they're a bad witch. It came out in reverse though. Interesting. All right, let's see here. Oh, okay. Do you know what this is speaking of? It came out in reverse, and I think the reason why is because you've been deceiving yourself of what you've been looking for. Okay, and the moon can also talk about not only lack of clarity and not seeing, not having that vision, it can talk about illusion as well. Lunacy, right? The moon. You've been deceiving yourself on what your partner should be or what they should look like. And this is almost saying to me, guys, you won't recognize it when you first see it. Wow, this is actually a really, really crazy message. You won't recognize the I mean, I'm not saying you're not going to be attracted to them, right? Like, you know, everybody wants to, you know, look at somebody and feel something. I'm not saying you won't, but you may be quick to dismiss or disregard this person as a potential romantic suitor, but your intuition, or I'm sorry, you would not be listening to your intuition. It's like something would be deceiving you. Again, illusion, the moon, not seeing with clarity. Now it's coming up in your person's place. I can't help but read into the fact that it did come out in reverse, because I have to be honest, your person has really good vibes, and like it's mixing into the idea of Six of Cups for me. There's like a really nice balance to this. Even if they're not a water sign, I mean, you have good cards. You have the soulmate card. You have the Wheel of Fortune. You have Temperance. These cards wouldn't be coming up if your person was like literally like deceitful, like devil energy. Coming up in reverse, maybe it's like I did see the devil. Maybe it's like you're putting to rest your habit of seeking out people who were deceitful, people who didn't wear their heart on their sleeve, or people who didn't, people who didn't give you clarity about a relationship, people who were very secretive. I think you're getting rid of that. I'm just going to keep the devil card here because it's like wanting to show itself. You may be rejecting a Capricorn and embracing a water sign. Not for everybody, but it's possible. Let's see what's between you. The Two of Wands. All right, so a crossroads. There's different paths you could take. Wands being fire signs, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius is specifically an Aries card. So it's the start of a new path, and you have a decision to make. Do you want to go this way with it or that way? Wands are action, forward movement. It can be communication. It can be faith and spirituality. Again, it could be creative endeavors and projects, your career. This way or that way, left or right. It's like there's a crossroads between the two of you. And almost what I'm getting to with this, it's almost like rubbing sticks together to make a spark, to make a flame. There's something about, the uncertainty of, will it work? Could this relationship get up and off the ground? Will there be a spark anymore? Especially if you're going back to someone from your past, right? Is there still romantic feelings? Is there still that flirtation? It's like, well, you got to kind of find out, right? It's sort of a bit of a gamble, or again, heading off into the unknown, but trusting that your intuition is guiding you to the right place. The Seven of Wands. All right. So the Seven of Wands is typically a card of having to prove your strength to yourself and recognizing that you do have the higher ground. It's recognizing that no matter what the obstacle or hardship or challenge, it's a card of like, I got this, and it's making yourself believe that, and like motivating yourself, and again, harnessing like that energy to realize that you can do this. And not only that, like spirit has got your back, God, universe, whatever. It's like they're backing you in this fight. It's really a card of coming into your confidence. So for some of my Libras who are kind of, again, sort of stuck in this friend zone with someone of like, I'm thinking of the movie Just Friends, for those of you who have seen, it's Ryan Reynolds, and like he's in love with Jamie Palomino, and he's always had these unspoken feelings for her, and then he meets up with her later in life, and that's sort of what I'm getting. It's like in his younger, the reason I bring this up, it's like his younger version wasn't confident enough to make the moves and say it, and he always had regret, right? He always had these feelings of, I wish I had done this, I wish I had done that, right? this is saying it's like you need to step up to the plate and make some sort of move, right? Maybe that's literally like a flirtatious move. Take some sort of action. And it's coming up between you. So one or both of you needs to. I mean, there's two, right? So it seems like both of you need to like muster up some courage and strength. And if you want this, make some, sorry, Libra, my camera froze. So yeah, with this, it just seems like one or both of you is going to have to like step up to the plate, muster up the courage to like fight for this. And take some sort of action to like kindle the flame or kindle the spark, however you want to say it. Let's see what is between the two of you. Something about this is defensive energy though too. It's like somebody is in a mindset of disbelief that it could never be. Somebody is, it's like they've resigned themselves to the outcome that like, oh, it comes from this rejection. That's why this is coming up. It's like this, I don't even know how subconscious it is. I think it's a very realized fear. Someone is fearing rejection, and so they're not even going after it. They're not even trying. And that might be you, Libra. It did come up on your side, but you know, take only what resonates. What card can we move? That one wanted to show. Interesting. All right, we'll take one more. What card can we put between Libra and their person? What card can we put between Libra and their person? Okay. So you have pay attention to the red flags. The signs are cautioning you. And then you also have healing family issues. Your love life benefits as you forgive your parents. So that's a very specific message. Not going to be for everybody, but... Okay, so I'm going to say this. Because these cards were coming out, this felt really good to me, and it still does, to be perfectly honest. This moon is very like soft and gentle. It's not ominous. There's something very like beautiful. It's almost like the idea of like the moon, your dreams. It's like your dreams are realized. Your dreams are becoming realities. Your dreams of love, your happily ever after, intuitively you're connecting with what it is that you truly want, what your emotions are guiding you towards. This feels good. The moon card isn't always good, but it feels good here. So I'm standing by that. These cards are giving me pause. I like that deceit came out in reverse, but I think this card about pay attention to the red flags, it's saying make sure you don't fall back into old patterns of behavior. This can be bad patterns of behavior, right? Toxic behavior, codependency, right? Choosing the wrong people, being addicted to the idea of needing to be needed in a relationship. I hope that you understand what I mean by that, but constantly being like the mother in the relationship of taking care of like your kid, even though it's your husband, or vice versa, right? I don't mean to make it a gender thing, but okay. So the reason that's coming up is it has to do with the way you were raised in your childhood. You may have been raised in some sort of family dynamic or seen some sort of like performance in gender roles where, I'm just throwing this out there, right? As an example, the wife needs to constantly be catering to the husband's needs, right? And so subconsciously, Libra, you may have grown up thinking, well, that's how all relationships are. And because of that, you may have attracted narcissists. You may have like a magnet, right? It's like you didn't even realize you were attracting people who just didn't treat you well. They may have treated you like a doormat, right? Like not worrying about your feelings, demanding certain things of you, whatever. I think it's saying pay attention to the red flags specifically about either your past and background or their past and background about family issues. Make sure you guys are good and rock solid on your own before you decide to like rub sticks, before you decide to like get that spark and that flame going again. There's something very sexual about that metaphor there, and that's sort of what this is too. This is standing tall and strong on your own, right? It's just you. Like it's just you out on the battlefield, right? Love is a battlefield. That's what Pat Benatar says. But look, like you've got the higher ground. It's like you've unlocked that door to wisdom. It's like you've had the key. And again, something about going to the past is illuminating you. And like, as I was saying, like that sun, it's right behind you. God, universe, whatever you believe in, they're on your side. They're backing you. The light, the wisdom, spirituality, it's like it's on your side. It has your back. So make sure you don't give in to just anyone. It's almost like, you shall not pass. Don't let just anybody into your space. Don't let just anybody into your life, anybody into your heart space, your head space, your home, right? This is saying be selective. Be careful who you choose. Pay attention to the red flags. Because especially if you're single and looking, this could represent multiple suitors, right? Maybe you have some different people. Oh, okay. And it's almost like this could be a test from the universe of who are you going to choose. There's this person who looks very like alluring and beautiful. And again, it kind of falls into those patterns of, well, I like this person and this and that, but are they ultimately a good choice for you? That's where the deceit card is coming up. Then there's this other person that has like a big question mark about them. There's something intriguing. There's something probably very kind and nurturing about them. They're probably incredibly sensitive, and maybe that's something you don't love about them. But again, with clarity, there's something that's going to come into realization here where you're going to be like, oh, maybe I do want to go down that path with this person. Yeah, it's saying be selective who you choose and pay attention to the red flags and something about family issues, right? That's going to be different for everyone out there, but there's different, okay, and the two being choices. There's different roads you could take, and there's different paths with different people you could go down. So ultimately, what's between you guys are options. There actually does seem to be a few players here. One might very well be a Sagittarius. One could very well be a Pisces. And okay, interesting. You do have a Tower. I don't like to read like fear-based readings, but this does sort of speak to me of be careful who you choose. Be careful what you wish for. Because again, the universe is trying to teach you a valuable lesson, something about the past. It's going to awaken you. It's going to illuminate you about the love that you should be seeking. That it's like love that's good for your soul, right? The universe wouldn't lead you down a straight path. It's like they're giving you the power. The power rests with you, Libra. So make sure you make a good decision. Because if you don't, the Tower is presenting here as a possibility, right? I'm just going to leave it at that. All right. So what is your advice or guidance? The Five of Pentacles. All right, interesting. So this is typically a card of hardship, feeling abandoned or lonely. Sometimes it struggles with money. It's not a great card, right? We don't love seeing the Five of Pentacles, but the good news is once you make it through this imbalance, right? Fives in tarot are agents of change and chaos, right? Sometimes difficult energies, but you're on your way towards reciprocity, and that's exactly what I was saying about choosing the right person. They may not like physically look like the type you would typically go after, but there's something deeper here that is good. It's very nurturing, sweet energy, and I think that's something that is overdue to you, Libra. Making your way through like a crappy situation, and maybe, you know what this could be? This is choosing to be single, knowing that there's something better out there for you. That's absolutely what this could be. The underlying energy for the Five of Pentacles, guys, come on. You can't even write this shit. The Six of Pentacles, the reciprocity card. The scales are rebalanced, Libra. That's you, right? So literally all in order, all in alignment. You go from the 5 to the 6, okay? And again, because the 6 is the underlying energy, it's like what's setting off this course through a difficult time is looking for reciprocity, looking for equal romantic partnership, right? A equal counterpart in your relationship, reciprocity, equal back and forth. That's sort of what I was getting at. It's like you may choose to go through some sort of situation that isn't pleasant, but it's to get to the light at the end of the tunnel. That's sunlight keeps coming to like reignite your passion, ace, brand new, to start again. But okay, interesting. You may have to, oh wow, you have the Tower twice. Okay, so if it's not representing avoiding someone new in the future, you may still be trying to leave this person behind. Potentially a Capricorn or a Scorpio. Maybe that's why the Hangman is presenting, is because you haven't fully decided to transform your life. Following card number 12, which is Hangman, is death, right? The card of Scorpio. And we are in Scorpio season now. It's all about closing out old cycles. Things you no longer need, that no longer serve you on your life path. I think it might actually be this person, and there's something about leaving this person behind. You may have to like get your own apartment. You may have to, I don't know what the circumstance would be. you know, share custody of the kids. You may have to get a job in another, like maybe you work together and you feel like you need to, you know, you're choosing to go down a difficult path, but it's knowing that you're doing it in order to get what you really deserve. It's going after true love. Again, it's like it's going off into the unknown, which is like a scary venture. But again, your intuition is guiding you to do it so you can get out of this kind of crappy situation alive. The Ten of Wands, rather, is relieving yourself of really heavy burdens, heavy shit that you've been carrying around with you for way too long. Like, it's time to put it down and start anew with that Ace. Find someone who you're more passionate about, someone who doesn't kind of put you in the state of like chaos and destruction. You have the Tower twice. That's pretty significant. So yeah, major upheaval potentially, but it is for a greater good. I think you're going to be happy with the end result, but know that, yeah, there's going to be a lot of question marks in your upcoming path in the next month or so. And yeah, maybe some sort of difficulties with finances is to be expected, or just feeling lonely. This can be a card of feeling isolated and lonely and uncertain. It's written on the stars, guys. It's meant to be. You're being guided towards something better. Wheel of Fortune, right? Fortune. It's a good card, right? Anyway, that's what I got for you guys. Let's throw some zodiac signs on here and see what we got. You definitely have a lot of Pisces energy. You have a lot of Sagittarius energy. You definitely have Capricorn, and you have Scorpio with the Tower twice. Anything else? And I'm even going to say Libra, this artistic John Lennon character that presented. Maybe somebody's name is John. All right, so who else do we got in the spread? Let's see, you got a lot. There's Pisces, all right. We have Aries as well. We have Leo. You have like all the signs here. You literally do. You have Taurus. You have Leo twice, all right. So double Leos. You have Virgo. You have Libra, and you have Cancer. We had said that earlier with the High Priestess, so maybe there's a significant Cancer or Pisces in your life. I do like the watery energy. That feels good. It feels healing. It feels helpful. All right, that's what I got for you guys. Please do like, share, subscribe. Let me know what resonates in the comments down below, and I will see you very soon for more tarot readings. Bye!